Today we are gonna be talking about 10 great watches that you can find on AliExpress right now in this January 2025. And these are really exciting timepieces that have caught my attention either by their quirky and cool design, by their really cool movement, or by their extremely high value, or sometimes by all three of them. For those who don't know me, hi, I'm Olivier. I really enjoy talking and collecting affordable watches. If that is something that you enjoy, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And we're going to be leaving the links for the watches in the description of the video. They're affiliate links, so if you use them, you would be supporting the channel. So thank you very much if you do. Without further ado, let's get to the watches, and they're not in particular order. We're gonna be starting strong by these really quite mesmerizing Ixdao Ipose. Sorry if I butcher the name. Many of you have been requesting that I review this watch brand, and this might be the opportunity. The case of this watch looks very turtle-like or Doxa sub-like, but take a look at that dial. They call these the dragon scale pattern, and it really does look like it. The watch itself is quite small, unlike many turtles, at only 39.5 millimeters in diameter and only 12.1 millimeters in thickness. It does have an NH35, so your classic NH35 is in here, 200 meters of water resistance, and it comes in an Ingenieur bracelet. The lume is blue BGW9 Super Luminova. Ixdao Ipose watches are supposed to be extremely high quality. I have not had the chance to get one on the channel right now. Maybe that will change, I really hope so. Please do let me know if you would like me to review this watch. Anyway, link in the description. This comes at $245, which depending on the quality might be an extremely nice deal, especially with that really original pattern. You've got the options in blue and in green. And the second watch in the selection is a Saint Martin, one that I have actually reviewed before, but in a different color here. As you can see, it is the SN0118 that I actually happen to have right here, and Saint Martin released these ones at first in very quirky colors, which is the one that I have here, but take a look at what they have done here. They have just colored it black, given it some gilt touches in the metallic parts, and what a difference it makes. It goes from being a quirky watch to being a really desirable one. You get your usual 40 millimeters in diameter with this one. Dome sapphire crystal, of course, the impeccable quality from Saint Martin that we were all used to. You've got a height of 12.5 and a log to log of 47.3. A really cool watch. I rated this one quite highly when I reviewed it last year, but in this version just too nice. And the good thing about these ones is that they're among the most affordable Saint Martins. This one costing only $185 on AliExpress. If you're in the EU, remember to go to SKB Watches and use code HR15 to get this one for around 185 euros, which is a great price for this one. The third watch in the selection is a pure homage. It is a Sugess, which is homaging a very famous, or the very famous, Zenith El Primero in its best color, I believe. It is 38 millimeters in diameter. It does have a domed sapphire crystal. It does have the beautiful ST1902 movement with the swan neck regulator version. 38 millimeters in diameter, 13.5 millimeters thick, and 46 millimeters in log to log. So very nice and well proportioned, this one. It is a pure homage, this one, but let's face it, although I really enjoy the original, I will never be spending $12,000 on it. So this might be a really cool alternative at only $211. The next watch in the selection is one that really passed me by, that has been quite hyped lately. It is the WatchDives WD0005, and this one, as you can see, is a Gata watch with a really interesting pattern. It is a ripple pattern, we can say. Of course, not as complex as what Saint Martin does with his Janzang, but I believe a little bit, if not quite more, enticing than the Ixdao Dune dial models. Still, it looks pretty cool. The level of details appears to be quite nice. NH35 in here, 39mm in diameter, sapphire crystal of course, BGW9 lume, and 100 meters of water resistance. 12.4mm in height and 45.5mm in log-to-log, so nice and wearable, this one. I really want to get one of these in for review to see what all the fuss is about. Next watch in the selection, another that passed me by, it is the Bettimer Laureato Homage that they have named the Bettimer. I mean, that is an awful brand name. The good thing here is that they do not put that awful name on the dial, they just put a big B, a bold big B in there. This one looks quite nice, however, and I don't think there are many homages of the Bettimer Laureato, although it is a fairly well-made and fairly popular Horologique timepiece. You've got an ST1903 in here, you've got a case diameter of 38.5, so nice and small as well, a thickness of 12.8mm with that sapphire crystal, and 100 meters of water resistance. You've got some lume, you've got the BGX1 with the blue light, so this should have really quite nice lume. It is also a very cool detail that it has screw-down pushers, ensuring that 100 meters water resistance. The next watch in the selection, another homage, but they have tweaked this one to make it somehow a little bit more original. It is the Cronos L6028M, the V2. This is a direct homage of the Christopher Ward 12. However, V12 had the Christopher Ward logo printed all over the dial. This one has the Cronos hourglass printed in 3D all over the dial as well. This one looks to be really high quality, like only the stuff from Cronos can be. They're almost at the Saint Martin level, according to me. 39mm in diameter. It is the only movement in this selection with the PT5000 movement. Let me remind you that that movement is a clone of the ETA 2824 or Sellita SW200, so it does have a higher beat of 4 Hz or 8 beats per second. And it is quite a nice, well-rated and loved movement. Right now you've got a sale going on for this one, and it goes for only $180, which for what is on offer appears to be a really nice deal. Next watch in the selection, one that I am most interested in because of the movement and the watch itself. It is the Sugess S0118-2, and it does come with the Peacock SL4801 movement, and the particularity of this movement is that it is an automatic chronograph column wheel that is actually 1.4mm thinner than the bulky 7750 from ETA. It does come in the Daytona package though, and even though this is a Chinese movement, and I have done my homework and checked the forums where they talk about this one, and people have some very nice things to say about this watch, about its accuracy and quality after months and months of use. So this might be a very good one. The fact that it comes in a Daytona package may entice some of you and may rebuke some others, and the fact that it costs $400 may also give you some pause. However, I do believe that column wheel automatic chronographs are really expensive to make, so the price might be quite fair here. The next watch in the selection is one that I'm going to be reviewing really soon. It is the Lobinni perpetual calendar, and this is an automatic perpetual calendar for only $116. That is really incredible. Even though this ends up being not that good quality, which I suspect it will be, the fact that you can have such a complication on an automatic watch is quite incredible. The watch is quite large at 42mm in diameter and 11.8mm in height. You do have a sapphire crystal, and at least in the photo photos, the watch appears to be quite attractive. We'll see that in the full review, so stick around for that. And last watch in the selection is one that has me really excited. It is the Boderry HOU, H-O-U. It has not yet arrived to AliExpress, but you can find it on Boderry's website. As you can see, it is a very classic looking three-hander with a date complication, some very cool alpha hands, but it just looks so cool. A Chinese movement here, a Hanzu, but with 80 hours of power reserve and a high beat. On their site, this one comes in at $169. Let's see for how much they put it on AliExpress. Thank you so much for having watched the selection. I hope it was useful for you. If it was, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to let me know that you enjoy this kind of content. I'm gonna leave you here with some other great watches that you can go ahead and buy right now. And if you do enjoy this kind of content, I'm gonna leave you here with some other great watches that you can find right now. I'll be seeing you really soon. Goodbye.